We deal with so many investors that want to micromanage everything. They come in and they micromanage and then they disappear for a month.
They're like, you guys got it,
like, well, we couldn't get a hold of you. There's a happy medium, you know, and we've had clients that do both, where it's like they come in and they micromanage and then they disappear for a month.
They're like, you guys got it,
and then they come back and then like, well, why didn't you, why'd you do this? It's like, well, we couldn't get a hold of you. You know,
you left us out in the desert for 6 months. Didn't have a choice.
Yeah, so it's kind of like wanting to have it both ways, wanting to have it done exactly the way they would do it, but then also not have to take any responsibility for things not going the way they want it to, even though we did it exactly the way they wanted us to. Yeah. So it's like kind of like it's a delicate balance, and we're I think that's something we always like kind of get into, is that this is a partnership with our clients, right? So I don't know. That's is that something that you like Stuart said, I feel like you do a good job of that thing that I find very difficult to teach people, which is like having a backbone but also staying professional, like towing that line of like telling people what they need to know, but in a way that's like, I'm on the same side as you, but I'm just trying to help you, get what, get where you're trying to go.
It's that realistic side of things that I think people don't want to see. Stuart always says this. We say it every time. They just can't get out of their own way. Mm-hmm. And you'll have these owners that come in, whether they've came from terrible situations or kind of how you said they're self-managing. So they're just so stuck in their ways of how they want things done. They're not willing to put themselves aside and let you kind of run it as you see fit based off of helping them. Like, we can kind of see the bigger picture, and we're not perfect, right? I mean, it's obviously about building that relationship together so I can help you help me type of situation. But I think we will never just have that straightforward type of everyone that we work with that's just giving us like, okay, these are the praises. You do what you see fit. We're always going to go with what you say type of situation. So that's where that really helps me. Being able to kind of just, hey, let's be realistic here. I'm not trying to tell you what to specifically do with this, but I've mapped out a road that I think might be a little bit easier for you to travel. So let's kind of work together to see if we can go down this road seamlessly. And if we figure out different ways that, this doesn't work for you, we can come back and kind of powwow and figure something else out. That's kind of how I kind of try to build my relationships. Not like, hey, this is how I'm going to do this, if you like it or not. I want people to feel comfortable with me, to be able to come with me, tell me, what they like, what they don't like, and then we can kind of navigate from there.
I just had an idea for like a fun thing we can do right now with this with this thing, and we can, we can cut all this out if this ends up being something we can't put out publicly. But I'm just thinking, we're speaking in generalities here of like, just these kinds of just tensions we deal with owners. I know you have experience working on our team with, managing. We could just say some owners are just easier to work with than others.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you encounter challenging owners to like to that point of like helping them get out of their own way. Can you describe like a recent situation? Feel free to use this podcast to vent, because I think it's valuable for people to hear like this kind of side of it that just doesn't get shared publicly a lot. But obviously we can redact names and addresses, but like go
get them, you guys.
So can you describe like kind of a recent like situation that you had to deal with and kind of how the owner responded? And
again, transitional phase. I think the most recent one, transitioned over, just purchased the home, as you guys know. Ideally just didn't want to be involved at all. Just said, hey, figure this out. Here's the address. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but figure it out. Then I'm like, okay, let me just try to put my big girl pants on and figure this out. So communication amongst the owner, communication amongst the agency where we were trying to get the information from, it was like I'm beating a brick wall at this point. I couldn't get what I needed to do my job. But the expectation from that owner to do my job was still there.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're not giving me the tools to garden, I can't grow a flower. So I don't know what you want me to do in perspective to help you. So it was just, I think we just kind of started off that way because he had kind of like that idea of, hey, this is your job. You're supposed to be perfect at it, right? You should know how to do this.
You can check out our full library of episodes wherever you get your podcasts.